Premier League is back after the international break, and this time we will witness an exciting battle between Bournemouth and Chelsea at the Vitality Stadium. Let's see the full preview. Under the leadership of Enzo Maresca, Chelsea have shown inconsistent performance. This season, they face a big challenge, especially after a transfer market full of drama. Chelsea recently got Jadon Sancho, who is expected to have a positive impact. Although they have just qualified for the Europa Conference League group stage, their performance in the Premier League has still been inconsistent. Meanwhile, Chelsea will play without Malo Gusto and Reece James, who are injured, so Maresca must find a solution for their backline. Jadon Sancho will be the main focus, and may make his first appearance in this match. His presence is expected to strengthen Chelsea's somewhat shaky attack line. On the other hand, Bournemouth will continue to rely on players who have proven to be able to adapt and perform well at the start of the season. Even without Unal and Adams, Bournemouth still seems to be able to rely on the strength of the team and Iraola's strategy to face Chelsea. The match is scheduled to take place on Saturday, September 14th, 2024, at 20 GMT. The live broadcast of the match will be available on Sky Sports Main Event and Sky Sports Premier League. If you can't watch on TV, don't worry, because the match is also available to stream via the Sky Go app for subscribers. This match could be a crucial moment for Maresca to test the consistency of his team at the start of the season. This match will certainly offer an interesting spectacle, and you shouldn't miss it. So, make sure you watch this match to see if Chelsea can overcome the challenge presented by Bournemouth, or if the home team will continue to show their toughness. Latest Chelsea injury updates ahead of Bournemouth clash. After a dramatic international break, Chelsea are back to the competition. Enzo Maresca will be looking to get his team back on track after a series of problems. From Cole Palmer's injury to the club's ownership turmoil, this September has been a challenging month, and here are the 4 players absent against Bournemouth. 1. Malo Gusto. One of the latest news is Malo Gusto's injury. The French fullback suffered a hamstring injury in the match against Crystal Palace and had to leave the field in the 60th minute. Gusto was not even seen in training after that and withdrew from the U21 international squad. This certainly adds to the concerns of coach Maresca ahead of the match against Bournemouth. 2. Wesley Fofana. Fofana is also facing a similar problem. After almost 18 months without being called up to the French national team, Fofana has had to withdraw from the latest call-up. According to the French Football Federation, Fofana will use the international break to undergo treatment protocols for an injury that has been bothering him for a long time. 3. Reece James. Team captain Reece James is still recovering from a hamstring injury sustained before the start of the season. Despite missing the first 3 Premier League games, James has shown no signs of recovery and was not seen in recent training. 4. Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia is also a concern. After an impressive start to the season, he suffered a hamstring injury that kept him out of the last 3 games before the international break. Maresca hopes Lavia's condition is not too serious, but there has been no official confirmation of Lavia's return to the pitch. With a number of key players out, Maresca will have a big challenge in formulating an effective strategy against Bournemouth. Without Gusto and James, and uncertainty over Fofana and Lavia, the coach will have to be smart in setting up formations and selecting the right players. Let us know in the comments section how Chelsea will face Bournemouth without these key players. We will discuss the career journey of one of the most interesting goalkeepers in recent years, Kepa Arrizabalaga. From his record-breaking transfer at Chelsea to his loan to Bournemouth, let's explore it together. Kepa Arrizabalaga began his career at Athletic Bilbao, where he showed great potential as a young goalkeeper. In the summer of 2018, Chelsea broke the transfer record for a goalkeeper by buying Kepa for £71.6 million. At that time, Marina Granovskaya, Chelsea's director, stated that Kepa would be a big part of Chelsea's future success. Kepa's career at Chelsea started with high hopes, but it did not go smoothly. One of the most famous moments was when he refused to be substituted in the 2019 Carabao Cup final, which ended in a penalty shootout defeat. Despite a good performance in the Europa League, Kepa began to show a decline in performance. Under Frank Lampard, his statistics worsened, with the number of goals conceded far above expectations. Kepa had a difficult time with the arrival of Edouard Mendy, who replaced him as the main goalkeeper. Mendy helped Chelsea win the Champions League in 2021, while Kepa only featured as a penalty shootout specialist in the Super Cup and Carabao Cup. Despite some recovery moments under Graham Potter, Chelsea eventually decided to bring in a new goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, and loan Kepa to Real Madrid. At Real Madrid, Kepa failed to show his best form and eventually lost his place in the first team. He was not included in Spain's squad for Euro 2024, which marked the end of a chapter in his career. However, there is good news. This summer, Bournemouth offered Kepa a season-long loan, giving him the chance to return to the Premier League. Kepa made an impressive debut for Bournemouth, featuring prominently in a dramatic win over Everton. The performance gave new hope to Bournemouth fans, who are now waiting to see how Kepa will adapt to his new team. Kepa Arrizabalaga's journey has been full of twists and turns, from being the world's most expensive goalkeeper to struggling to return to his best form. The latest on Mykhailo Mudryk and his future at Chelsea. Are Chelsea ready to sell him in the January transfer window? Let's take a look at the full explanation. Mykhailo Mudryk joined Chelsea in January 2023 after fierce competition from Arsenal. Chelsea paid around £62.5 million, which could rise to £88 million with certain add-ons. Despite making a promising start with an impressive debut at Anfield, Mudryk has struggled since then. Mudryk's debut looked very promising, but he failed to score or provide an assist in his first 6 months at Stamford Bridge. Last season, under the guidance of Mauricio Pochettino, Mudryk showed signs of improvement by scoring 7 goals in 41 appearances in all competitions. With the arrivals of Joao Felix, Pedro Neto and Jadon Sancho this summer, Mudryk faces stiff competition for regular playing time. Coach Enzo Maresca has also voiced Mudryk's need to improve his performance, making this season crucial for his Chelsea career. According to GiveMeSport, Chelsea could consider selling Mudryk in January if his form does not improve in the coming months. There are indications that the club feel that Mudryk's transfer has not yielded the desired results, and a sale could be an option if he continues to struggle. While it may be difficult to get game time in the Premier League, Mudryk is likely to get plenty of opportunities in the Europa Conference League to prove his worth. Share your thoughts on Mudryk's future and whether you think Chelsea should keep him or sell him in January. Jose Mourinho's latest comments on Victor Osimhen, one of Chelsea's most sought-after transfer targets. What doesn't Mourinho like about the Nigerian striker? Watch this video to find out more. Victor Osimhen was the subject of much speculation during the summer transfer window, with Chelsea and Saudi Arabian club Al Ahly pushing hard to sign him. Despite Al Ahly reaching an agreement with Napoli, Osimhen decided not to sign the deal. Chelsea also made several offers until the last minute of the transfer window, but Osimhen remained at Napoli. Osimhen eventually decided to join Galatasaray on loan and could make his debut this weekend. Mourinho, who is now in charge of Fenerbahce, will come up against Osimhen when Galatasaray take on Fenerbahce next month. In an interview with HT Sport, Mourinho admitted that Osimhen is a very talented player. However, Mourinho expressed his dislike for Osimhen's diving behavior. Mourinho said, "I have no problem with Victor. We have a very good relationship. But every time I play against him, I speak to him because I don't like the way he plays, diving too much." Mourinho added that Osimhen should not have behaved in such a way given his status as a top player. Osimhen's loan to Galatasaray has a January release clause, and his release clause is currently reported to be around €75 million. It will be interesting to see if any clubs try to sign him in the coming months. Share your thoughts on Mourinho's comments and Osimhen's future in the comments section below. The latest situation regarding Chelsea striker David Datro Fofana, whose transfer to AEK Athens is on the verge of failure. Let's see the complete information. According to journalist Ben Jacobs, Fofana's transfer to AEK Athens has hit a major obstacle. Although there was a verbal agreement between the two parties, AEK Athens asked for a change in terms that made the deal on the brink of failure. Fofana, who joined Chelsea from Molde in January last year, has only made 4 appearances for the Blues. Last season, he was loaned to Union Berlin for the first half of the season, and then to Burnley. At Burnley, Fofana scored 4 goals in 15 games, but failed to prevent his team from being relegated at the end of the season. With the time approaching the closing of the Greek Super League transfer window, Fofana's future at Chelsea is very uncertain. Whether he will stay with Chelsea or continue his career in Greece is still a big question. This situation adds to the tension for all parties involved, including Fofana himself, who is certainly hoping for certainty regarding his future. That's the latest information regarding David Datro Fofana's transfer situation. Write your opinion about Fofana's future in the comments column.